Gaffer, Bolton in the Carabao Cup up next, but firstly, Leo Castledine just signed for the club. How pleased are you to have him in?
No, really pleased because he's one that we've been looking at for some time, and initially we weren't sure that he was going to be allowed to come out on loan, and then there was also a thought that he may end up in the Championship, so delighted to get him in. Had to be patient on this one, but a player that we think can add a lot to the squad. Obviously another young player, but he looks like he's a mature character, plays with maturity but enthusiasm as well as some quality. Has been part of the England youth teams as well, captained his Chelsea side, so I think that speaks volumes in terms of the type of character, and looking forward to working with him.
On the pitch, what sort of footballing attributes are you hoping he can bring to the squad?
Like I said, he's got a lot of energy, hard work, which might not seem the most appealing characteristics to some people, but I think that can be what sets them apart, because a lot of these lads have got really good technical ability, can all play. But I think when I first started watching him, that was the first thing I thought, is just what a good attitude he got in the first instance. But he can score goals, he's got assists. I think last season he was joint top in terms of goal contributions in that league. I think the other two that he was joint with were both centre forwards. So we're hoping that he can get a few goals, certainly a few assists, but also without the ball, fit into that hard work and try and win the ball back in some good areas for us.
George Nurse and Morgan Feeney returned to the squad after injury on Saturday. Have they all progressed okay ahead of tomorrow night?
Both have trained well. I get a kind of feeling, without getting sort of too far down the line with Nursey, but he's just starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. I hope that that's the case, and obviously each day that we can get him out on that training pitch can only help his confidence and everything to do with his game realistically. But so there'll be no pressure on him in terms of, as I've said, he's been out a long time, so we have to be conscious of that, but at the same time try to push when we can in terms of getting him back to the player that he was before he suffered those injuries.
You said on Saturday you're expecting JJ Cody to be unavailable for tomorrow night as well. Is that still the case?
Yeah, I got that one right. Not the lottery numbers, but that one was. So again, it's not anything drastic at all. And Saturday again, as I mentioned, I'm hopeful that we could have him available Saturday, but that will be far from a definite, because we'll have to see how he is, and also if he does go back out on the training pitch, perhaps Wednesday or Friday, then we'll have to see how he reacts to it if he gets through it. But that would be the hope.
Everyone else come through the Huddersfield game okay?
Yeah, all good. So there's obviously a doubt about winning beforehand, and we all saw that he got through the game, but wasn't entirely sure how he'd feel. But he's all good. So the squad is there to choose from again.
Finally, on to Bolton themselves. They've obviously got big aspirations for the league campaign, but cup football can be quite different. What are you expecting from them tomorrow night?
I know that Ian changed his team around last time for the first round, and I say that if you look at the squad, they can definitely put sort of 2 11s out, and you could debate about which should be the stronger. Now, you always have a thought for players and the form they're in, and perhaps what each individual brings, but whatever team they put out, whether it's the one that started Saturday or he does make changes, we know we're in for a really tough game. Missed out last season in the final, and I think for a lot of people, myself included, on the eye and kind of when you were coming up against them, kind of felt you were probably playing against the best team in the league. So they'll have been disappointed to miss out, but try and use that to go on better this year and win promotion. There's a squad where a lot of them have been together for quite a while, but I've added some additions, a couple from abroad as well. It looks like they've extending their sort of market that they're looking at, and that can only be good for them. But for us, we've just got to be wary of the threats, which we've gone through, and we know we're going to have to play well again. We're clearly underdogs again, sort of a bit of a common theme here, but as I said, we played them last year and did really well against them in what was a really good game. Hoping for another good performance and see if we can get through.